Hello, welcome. My name is Jeffrey Sanchez, and today's word for today's video is contingency. Coming from the word contingent, and the definition of this word is occurring or existing only if said circumstance happens, dependent on. I want to talk about this word because we live in a world where we are contingent on certain things playing out in our lives in order for us to live in our abundance. An example of this is college, or having to go to the gym, or having to work and exchange your time for value. What being contingent is in today's world is, once I go to college and get this degree, then I'm going to be able to live the life that I've always wanted. Once I finish this 9 to 5 or this double shift and get to Friday, then I'm going to be able to live and do whatever it is that I want to do. And the thing is that when we live on borrowed time, we never actually finish or end up doing what it is that we want to do. We end up always having to recharge ourselves in the most worst ways. Like for me, back then, I would, after working a huge double shift, would go to the bar and try to forget the fact that I even worked all those shifts. And I can't even begin to tell you how destructive that was to my body, mind, and soul, to always live in this state of wanting to forget what it is that I even did. It's just not healthy. I feel like the opposite of contingency is building your vision, is to build as precisely as you can with purpose. Is if you have a vision, if you have something that you do want to see in your life, that doesn't mean that you cannot achieve that. All it means is that you have to really want it in here. And if there is love, there is a way. If you really do love it, the world will find, the universe will help you in building that. The thing is that we have to let go of expectation and what it's going to look like and just enjoy the ride. Doesn't mean that there's always going to be a smile on our face every single day, but it means that we're enjoying the process. We're enjoying the roller coaster ride. We're enjoying the slow, the fast, the highs and the lows, because we understand that this is what's going to create our vision. When a lion out in the jungle is hungry and is looking everywhere it can't find its food, doesn't run away from the fact that it's starving. What it does is that it uses what it has, the energy that it has, to continue forward and to find its meal. Like a pack of elephants that have gone to a dry patch of the world, their intuition tells them to keep moving forward. Keep going, because this is not where it is. We have to move forward, and we will find the oasis. We will find the thing that we're looking for. A good example of what it means to live in your purpose is if you do have a job, if you're working at McDonald's or at Target or wherever you're working, to be grateful for that, to see how it is that you can build with what you've got. Maybe there's a website that you want to put up. Maybe there's a class that you'd like to take. Maybe there's a place you'd like to move to, or a vacation you'd like to take. And with that job, to see that with that job, to see that I can still build and still save up for something, and to put my energy towards that, to use what you've got. No matter if it's got creaks on it, or if it's bad or whatever, to stay in your power. To say, I know this is not forever. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to save up. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to feed my body, and I will get to the end of this purposefully, step by step. Too, is that what I'm saying may sound like a contradiction, you know, like contingency, something that is dependent on something, and you having to work is, you know, your vision is dependent on you having to work. But what it really is just a switch in perception, is to switch how you're viewing what it is that's in front of you, and to not run away from it, but run head on to it, run straight to it, break the wall with whatever it is that you've got. And this is it, is the change in perspective. When we are in our core frequency, it's almost like trading in your time for value means nothing, because you're in your core frequency. Time disappears. You are doing what it is that you want to be doing in the present moment. For me right now, time disappears as I make this video, because this message is something that I have inside my heart, and I don't feel like I have to wait for me to share this message. All I have to do is just come out here and, you know, just to the park, which is just a few minutes away from my house, and just speak. But for so long in my life, I've been living in a state of contingency. I've been living in a state where I was waiting for this certain circumstance to happen for me to live in this, for me to live in my abundance. Oh, once I get my degree, then I'm gonna get the job, then I'm gonna get the money, then I'm gonna get to do the thing that I want to do, and then I'm gonna be happy. The idea that we have to trade something in order for us to live in our abundance is very limiting, because this is putting our life on hold. It is making us expect something that isn't really there, isn't really true. It's really just a projection of something that's going to happen. But this is just dangling a carrot that we're just chasing for endlessly, because it's like we're on a treadmill with a carrot and we're just chasing after it and we never get to it, because what we're doing is we are programming our mind to be in a chase the whole entire time. And this is happening to us in our society. We are living a world of chasing the high, chasing that circumstance, that thing that really can only happen in the present moment. It can't happen out there. It can't happen later on. I mean, of course we can prepare, we can better ourselves so that when the opportunity arises, we seize the moment, we seize the present moment. But waiting around, what we're doing is just, we're getting better at waiting. We're not really getting better at moving. We're not getting better at being in the present moment and being with the thing that's here already. You to think for a moment, what if the concept of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday didn't exist? What if these words and these names and these labels per day didn't exist? What kind of life would we be living? Would we be doing and treating every day as if it were every Monday, as if it were a Monday, or would we be treating it as just simply another day? And with that day, what is it that we would be doing with that day? See, because the thing is, in the matrix, in the illusion, it's set up for us to always be chasing something. You know, we're never really free. We have to pay rent, we have to pay someone to eat food, we have to pay the bills. And even if you own a house and you've paid your mortgage, you still have to pay property tax on it, and forever. It's never really yours. And so this whole idea of chasing is so ingrained in us that we think that that is how we live our lives. But this is ingrained in fear. This is not necessarily ingrained in how the totality of the earth works. See, because every other being on the planet is free. They don't have Mondays or Tuesdays. They don't have any of that. They just live their lives each and every day, and they are tapped into the abundance so hard that they don't have to go and pay someone to eat their food, because nature gives it to them in a supreme abundance. You know, when we think of a monkey in the jungle, there's bananas and fruits and nuts and berries that this monkey and the civilization of monkeys gets to eat for free, and they don't have to create this matrix of a middleman of, oh yeah, we need someone in there in the middle to be taking into account what is leaving and what is going. This is the idea of what we think intelligence is. We think that that's being intelligent, that, oh, if we can count, if we can multiply, if we can be organized, then somehow we're the most supreme being on the planet. But I really don't see it that way. I see it as a trap. It's a trap because no one is ever really free. There's always an eye on you. There's always someone waiting for you to give them something. And the whole world, the whole human world, is built on this broken system. For these animals that are out there right now, we're the ones in the middle of their lives. We're the ones that are taking away their food, taking away their livelihood to feed our lives. And this is very selfish, because who are we to take something that we cannot create ourselves? One thing I do want to bring out to your attention is that yes, there is danger in the world. Yes, there are entities out there other than humans, other than the ones on Earth, that are here to harm us. And you know, what do you do when you build a castle and someone starts to hurl weapons of mass destruction to your castle, to your built castle? Well, you're not going to just want to let him destroy it. You're going to want to also fight back. And in a way, this is what we're doing. But the thing is that it's so ingrained in fear that not everyone knows the truth. Not everyone has this information. And so the Matrix has created a little box for people to trade their life in and not question it, so that every year they're giving money to the government or to whatever it is out there to make them more powerful. And we're just being sucked out of our life and not being used for the higher good in this system. And the way I see it is that now in society, we're just walking around as if we're fashionable zombies. We're just walking around, going to our job. We got the latest brand Prada, we got the watch, we got the suit, but we don't know what's going out there. We don't know anything. We're so in tuned into the Matrix that we're unaware of what the end game of all of this is, of what the purpose of all of this is. And so many of us are so afraid of leaving that, because it has given us a false sense of security, that we're afraid to leave that if we do leave that same Matrix is going to look at us and be like, how dare you leave this? You're going to be a bum. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. You're such a bad person. You're not a part of us, right? And this is what's going on, is that the apocalypse is here. The apocalypse is here. In fact, the apocalypse has happened for some people that have left the Matrix in hard mode. Like when I see homeless people, they're looking at the apocalypse, when I see animals that are caged in for the sole purpose of entertainment, they're in the apocalypse right now. And we are not seeing that because we are serving our own selfish needs. And you know what it is that we're doing is that we're pacifying ourselves well before our age. We've not removed the pacifier, and we're still walking around as if we're 3-year-old adults talking about other people, gossiping, trying to bring other people down, and this is wasting time because what good is that doing? I'm trying to think of what good that can do. Only that serve the ego, only that make you feel good for a second moment, but really you're doing it to yourself because that's what it is doing. It's not serving a higher good. The opposite of contingency is to move into your purpose. What do I mean by that, right? What is it to move into your purpose? How do you move into your purpose? Well, I want you to think of yourself and see that you have a body first and foremost. You are here. That the fact that you are here means that source energy, God, has a purpose for you and is going to use you. He, she, it wants to use you, wants to move through you so that source can expand. And so that means that if you're here, if you're listening to this video, you do have a purpose. Now, the thing is that the Matrix is going to want to shape and label this purpose. They're going to want to be like, oh, well, you're a musician. Oh, well, you are an artist. Oh, well, you are a real estate. You are a business person. And this is great or whatever, but I feel like linguistics and language really don't help us find the true essence of what we're here to do because it just muddies it more. It just puts you into a box. I say you just are. I am. I am here. And that I'm here right now means that I have a purpose, means that I am here to move. I am here to elevate. And this is my purpose. My purpose is to inspire people, even if it's just one person. If I were to die tomorrow, if I were to get killed, or if I were to go get into a freak accident tomorrow, and if I were to be able to inspire one person to realize that there's so much more than the matrix world that we're living in, then my job is done. My job is done. And this is the thing about contingency, is that more and more what I'm doing is releasing this feeling that, that there needs to be something that happens in the future, or that I need to reach a certain number, or that certain something needs to happen in order for me to realize that I've reached my purpose. This is what is robbing us of the present moment. It's robbing us of the gift that is today, is this thought that we aren't there yet. What if I told you that you have ascended already? What if I told you that your job is here to be? It would be a lot. People feel, I know for me, I live my life so much differently just knowing that I'm here, that as long as I'm here, as long as I'm taking care of myself, that I'm taking care of the world at large. Something that has liberated me is the law of exchange, is to realize that not everything is yours. Nothing is yours at the end of the day. And this has liberated me to be able to navigate through the matrix and to be able to know that everything that I do is not mine to begin with. Whether it's a house that I buy, vehicle that I buy, whether it's the food that I eat or the breath that I breathe, everything comes and goes in the most perfect way. And once we are the co-creator, once we are moving in the space where we are exchanging value with other people or other beings or in just the space, then we are serving our purpose. Like right now, I am in the law of exchange right now. I am just exchanging the message in my heart with you. And to be in this place, it makes me feel so free because it helps me to remove the fear of death and remove the fear of anything bad happening, because I know that it's all comes and goes. It's all just, you know, my body will have to leave one day. Your body will have to leave one day. And it is not up to us to decide when that will be. It is left to the nature of this world, not left just to, you know, chance, but to let go and let God, to let go and allow yourself to be used by higher forces that are for good, and to share. I would like to leave this video with: set yourself free.